In today's video from Via Doctus, we will focus on the figure of Leonardo da Vinci and the hundreds of sketches, diagrams, and drawings that he bequeathed as a testament to his fertile imagination. Leonardo da Vinci is regarded as one of the greatest painters of all time and, perhaps, the most talented individual across multiple disciplines that we have ever encountered. As an engineer and inventor, Leonardo conceived ideas far beyond his era, such as the helicopter, tank, submarine, and automobile. However, few of his projects came to fruition, as most were not viable with the technology available during his lifetime. As a scientist, Leonardo da Vinci made significant advances in anatomy, civil engineering, optics, and hydrodynamics. Yet, because he never published his findings, they did not significantly impact later science. During the Renaissance, when humanism blurred the lines between science and art, Leonardo's scientific and engineering studies were as remarkable and groundbreaking as his artistic endeavors. His diaries and notebooks, totaling 13,000 pages of texts and illustrations, intertwined art with natural philosophy. These notes, updated daily throughout his life, reflect his dedication to observing the world around him. He took pride in being, as he described himself, an uneducated autodidact and keen observer of natural phenomena, often diverging from conventional academic teachings. Most of these diaries are written in mirror or reverse script, likely for practical rather than secretive purposes, as often speculated. Since Leonardo was left-handed, writing from right to left was more natural for him, and possibly prevented smudging the ink on the paper. His notes and drawings reveal an array of interests and preoccupations, including mundane details like shopping lists and loans. Within these pages, we find compositions for paintings, detailed studies of drapery, explorations of facial expressions, animals, dissections, anatomy, botanical and geological studies, designs for war machines, flying devices, and architectural plans. In his own words, "Science is the captain, and practice is the soldier." In his scientific inquiries, Leonardo sought to comprehend phenomena by meticulously describing and illustrating them, without overly focusing on theoretical explanations. Although his lack of formal training in Latin and mathematics meant that contemporary scholars largely overlooked his work, he nevertheless managed to learn Latin independently. In the 1490s, he studied mathematics with Luca Pacioli. His mathematical knowledge was primarily practical, encompassing areas like Euclidean geometry, perspective, and mechanics, aligning with the expertise of his scholarly contemporaries. Leonardo's understanding of physics was indeed limited, and contrary to some beliefs, he did not serve as a gunner, nor did he develop any theories related to ballistics. Nevertheless, his designs suggest that he intuited the absence of a straight trajectory in the path of an artillery projectile, which was a common misconception at the time. He also conducted studies in light and optics, as well as hydrology and water flow. In chemistry, he experimented with distillation using stills and dabbled in alchemy during his time in Rome. His approach to architecture was innovative. While his peers focused on the structural integrity of beams, Leonardo was more interested in mathematical formulations, particularly the challenge of bending, and he managed to outline some fundamental, albeit imperfect, laws that would evolve in later years. Leonardo's initial exposure to anatomy began under the tutelage of his master, Andrea del Verrocchio, who emphasized the importance of anatomical knowledge for accurate artistic representation. This subject captivated Leonardo, leading him to become a leading figure in human anatomy during his era. He conducted extensive studies on muscles, tendons, and other visible anatomical structures, and even dissected the bodies of criminals. Despite the challenging conditions due to the lack of proper hygiene and preservation methods at the time. Among his preserved drawings, many focus on human anatomy, depicting bones, muscles, tendons, the heart and vascular system, the reproductive system, and other internal organs. He also created graphic diagrams illustrating the mechanics of the eye. However, these observations often contained inaccuracies due to the limited scientific understanding of his era. Notably, he produced one of the earliest drawings of a fetus in the womb and provided the first known scientific observation of arterial rigidity following a heart attack. As an artist, Leonardo meticulously observed the impact of aging and human emotions on physiology. He sketched numerous figures, including those with significant facial deformities or signs of illness, and he studied the anatomy of various animals, dissecting creatures such as cows, horses, birds, monkeys, bears, and frogs to compare their anatomical structures to humans. When examining Leonardo's engineering-related drawings, it's clear that he, along with Heron of Alexandria, is considered a significant precursor to many modern machines. Despite the marvel inspired by Leonardo's boundless creativity, it's evident that the practical functionality of his machines was not his primary concern when creating his designs, as they encountered numerous practical challenges. For instance, his helicopter design would have resulted in continuous rotation, the diving suit would have led to suffocation, and the paddle boat would not have been able to move forward. These examples highlight his remarkable inventiveness and ingenuity, especially given the technological limitations of his time. There are also theories suggesting that Leonardo may have deliberately incorporated errors into his designs to prevent others from successfully constructing his inventions, although this remains unproven. Leonardo also channeled his inventive genius into the design of war machines. In a preserved letter addressed to Ludovico Sforza, he claimed the ability to construct various machines for both the defense and siege of cities. After fleeing to Venice in 1499, Leonardo secured a position as an engineer and devised a system of movable barriers to shield the city from terrestrial assaults. He also proposed rerouting the Arno River to irrigate Tuscan fields, improve transportation, and obstruct maritime access to Pisa, Florence's formidable adversary at the time. His notebooks reveal a plethora of inventions, both practical and feasible, including hydraulic pumps, crank mechanisms, fins for mortar shells, a steam cannon, a submarine, several automatons, a combat vehicle, the automobile, water-walking floats, solar energy concentrators, a calculator, a diving suit, double-hulled ships, and ball bearings, among others. Leonardo also dedicated time to study architecture, significantly influenced by Filippo Brunelleschi's work. He planned to elevate the baptistry of St. John in Florence and envisioned constructing a lantern tower for Milan's cathedral. In response to the plague that devastated Milan between 1484 and 1485, he designed a theoretically ideal city with optimized circulation routes and sanitary conditions, reflecting his vision driven by functionality rather than social hierarchy, akin to the organs within the human body. Regrettably, many of his architectural studies have been lost over time. Leonardo's immense creativity also extended to his fascination with flight and the prospect of human-engineered aerial capabilities. He conducted extensive research on avian flight and conceptualized various flying apparatuses, such as an early helicopter, a parachute, and a bamboo delta wing. While most of these designs are deemed impractical today, the delta wing, once equipped with stabilizers, has been successfully constructed and flown. Another notable achievement in aviation is Leonardo's invention of the aerodynamic wind tunnel, which he used for his experiments. Individuals like Leonardo have undeniably propelled human society forward, championing reason, science, and the exploration of the natural world, always striving to enhance their surroundings and enlighten it with the radiance of knowledge. A self-educated Renaissance polymath, Leonardo was well-versed in all domains of human intellect. In the realm of art, Leonardo, alongside Michelangelo and Raphael, constitutes the triumvirate of the Cinquecento's grand masters, despite the fact that only around 20 of his paintings are known. Largely due to his incessant experimentation with new techniques and his habitual inconsistency, history recognizes him as one of the most brilliant minds in the annals of painting. His art, coupled with his sketchbooks, scientific illustrations, and musings on nature, forms an enduring legacy for future generations of artists. The powerful fascination that his masterpieces and his figure arouse has not ceased to grow with the centuries. Fueled by the multiple enigmas that surround his biography, some of them trivial, and others certainly prodigious, such as those visionary inventions 5 centuries ahead of their time that were devised by the prolific mind of the true paradigm of the Homo universalis. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe and give it a like so that our channel can continue to grow and bring the best content about human knowledge. See you in our next video.